It's Cobra Wedge Day, and I'm excited. Look at these gorgeous wedges. I mean, they're beautiful. I didn't play the Snakebites last time around. I can't remember what I was playing at the time, but I just wasn't upgrading at the time. But I remember going to look at them and thinking they looked great, that I could totally get down with the shaping. And this year I will be playing them. We'll get into that in a minute. And I just love them. I got to take an early look at them and take them out on course a little bit, spend a little time on monitor, and I really like them. So let's get into why. So I'll be playing the standard, not the X version. The X version new this year. Really cool for the guys that played like the Aero Jets and a little more game improvement type iron. Much better transition, I'm sure. The new teardrop grind on them looks really good. I got to take a couple swings with them. And it seems like a great addition to the line. I'm really excited for some of my teammates to maybe play a couple of those. We'll see. I'm really looking forward to the back ordering. I got to spend time with the black, but I'll be playing the satin chrome or whatever it is. But really like the look of them over the ball. They stick with the traditional grooves up to the 54, and then at 56 they changed to the full face grooves, and they switched to the progressive notch that moves a little heel side at the 58. So the 58, 60 have it, as you can see, moved a little bit heel side. So when you open it up, it still sits real nice and flat. I've never played with the notch before, and I really like it. Even on the mat, you can tell. I've never really had that cut out there. Always like a grind with a lot of camber, so that I have a little versatility to the turf. And you can see these do have a nice camber from front to back too. Fairly straight front edge over the ball. I was playing Jaws Raw for a year, and they're real straight across the front. MG3s, I think, right before that, and I have RTX 6s in the bag right now. And the thing that I've noticed with them is that that front edge is a little more round. I think this is like a nice middle ground for me. I've really enjoyed the gap wedge, and the full face grooves has never really been my thing, but on these it doesn't bother me. I don't know, like some others it has, but just with the overall shaping, it's worked really well for me. Let's see what other details. Comes with the High Rev 2.0. I did notice that I got a little bit more launch with the High Rev. I normally play just an S200. Not a problem in any way, but I noticed that I did land through crossline 360. I play MCC plus 4, and I always feel like these cross lines feel kind of opposite to me. Like they feel thick at the top of my left hand and like thin at the bottom, kind of like the reverse of what I normally play. But that stock, I mean, it seems like a good grip. I'll probably order them with something a little different for me. The X come with the KBS Max S80, is what at least in the ones I saw. Which is another good KBS shaft, and yeah, you can see those X right here. I just think that they look really sharp. I think they're only available in the satin chrome, or I can't remember what they're calling it. And they also have the standard in one length too. So like I think it was like 48 through 60 on the one length. But you can see the X over the ball here. That's just a good looking wedge in my opinion. Deep cavity, plenty of help. And you see that teardrop shape, nice camber on the sole there too. Looks pretty versatile to me, and I enjoyed it the few times I got to hit it. Speaking of hitting, I ran real quick to get some numbers real quick on GC Quad with the 52, 56, and 60. And we'll start with the 60 on like a little 50-yard pitch and see what happens. Yeah, numbers look good. Feel good. Yeah, really consistent. Made 8 pounds. Okay, always a struggle for me to hit like blind shots with no projection, nothing with a wedge, but was really consistent there on the spin. You see like a little over 50 yards from my feel on it. 8800 spin, They feel really nice. Launch is kind of like right where I'd expect for that. But like I said, with the pickup speed, the high rev just that seems to get me just a little more kick, a little higher launch on a fuller shot, which I did with the 60. I hit a little fuller shot to kind of see what the spin numbers were on that. We'll take a look. That was a really good number. Another just quick cut up of them. I don't know if you could hear anything off the face. They feel really nice to me. I got interrupted and somebody else hit on the monitor. So when I came back, I had to kick their shots out. So at some reason it didn't display the spin, but my average on them was 11,366. I'll try to edit it in the final numbers. And I had a bunch of them, like for example, like this. I took of the quad after just a normal one. Really, really consistent. Lots of good spin. And like I said, normally I'd be just a little under 30 degrees on the launch there, and I think that higher up was just giving me just a little bit more kick than I'm used to for my wedge shaft. But everything I loved about it, I would take that to 61, a little bit weak like I typically do for mine. And then I hit some with the 52, and we'll see how that went. All right, that was the 52. Here are the numbers. I thought I was still kind of aligned, but without like, laying the stick down and turning the mat and everything, maybe I was a little off, and I was closing the face just a tiny bit, which probably dropped the spin a little bit, but there's still plenty of spin for a 52 for me. And with that, it's just a nice, easy 3/4 swing at 127. I mean, everything looks good there to me. And again, really, really consistent on the numbers. I mean, you can see in the spin deviations. Everything was really good, and I definitely had one where I kind of pulled across. I was a little out of whack after having to take that call, but like I said, everything in bottom just is exactly kind of what I want, and I know that already, and I just really enjoy them. So I just want to get some quick numbers. So here's just the general look of them. Like I said, on those little partials, that's about what I would expect for me. Like upper 8s. I fly them in pretty low. Even on a 50-yard shot, I'm not one that opens it up very often, but when I do, I love, like I said, I love that notch in the heel side. It sits really nice and flat. And that's the gist. Versatile, classic, and wide-low grinds. I really like the versatile. I mean, I'm kind of like a mid and think, just a versatile works for me most of the time. They have a little different milling this year, sharper grooves. They're D2 and 3 until you get to like the 54, and then they're D4 on swing weight. There's a length I like to play. Like I said, I can handle that high rev, so I can just play them as they come. And as part of the Morgan Cup this year, thank you THP, Cobra Puma Golf, go Hackers. I'll be playing these all summer, and I can't wait to just have a blast with them.